Hello, everyone, and welcome to Abraham Lincoln High School. You're joining us for the very beginning of the Lincoln versus Fort Hamilton matchup today. Boys soccer, the game is about a minute underway. Our clock is correct. They started us about 3 minutes early. Lincoln in blue, Fort Hamilton in white. I'm Peter Andrus, bringing you all the action. We're still getting set up a little bit. I'll be bringing you players and names and numbers as we go. This is a free kick to Lincoln. Ball launched forward for the Rail Splitters. Big goal kick from the Rail Splitters trying to launch their offense. Saul Cortez, number 18, sophomore, up top for them. Cortez had one goal in Lincoln's game against New Utrecht this past Saturday. Out for a Fort Hamilton throw. And now out for a Lincoln throw. Launch forward, cleared out for a corner kick by defender number 24. That's Julio Ramirez. Cleared out for another corner off the back line. That one off the foot of Mikel Steve Sanchez Portil. This one they go long. It's an in-swinger right in front of net. Nobody on the end. It's the kind of kick a striker dreams of. Watching come in front of net, but nothing there for the Tigers on that one. Wow, would have expected a whistle there. Elbow of Fort Hamilton's number 5 going right over one of Lincoln's players' neck. But ref let them play. No whistle blown because of the possession. It's twice now that a Fort Hamilton player has gone to the ground, but Fort Hamilton's still on the ball. Ref says play on. Aiden Oldfield tried to get on the end of that, but could not. Fort Hamilton back on possession. Great through ball there by Fort Hamilton, but well defended by Lincoln. Great ball pushed forward for Cortez. Dispossessed. It should be out for a throw. Deep in Fort Hamilton territory. Aiden Oldfield on the ball, trying to dribble through traffic, has no help that he can use, ends up losing it. There's another great ball forward for Cortez. It's just a little too much on it. safely picked up by the Fort Hamilton keeper. Believe the Fort Hamilton keeper would be their number 1 on the roster. If it is, that's Sergei Kurashov. Nice ball in from Fort Hamilton. Nobody got on the other end of it. Here's a shot deflected. Fort Hamilton still on the possession. Crossed, touched, just disrupted enough. Another deflection, and it's into the hands of the keeper. Lincoln defense doing all they can to just keep getting in front of these kicks. So far, it is enough. But they've got to find a way to connect some offensive passes if they are going to stay in this game. A lot of pushing, no whistles blown. Fort Hamilton still on possession. And Lincoln will clear it out for a throw, just to slow things down. Fort Hamilton winning almost every loose ball that comes out, but Lincoln doing a good job to deflect nearly every kick forward that they try to make. Hamilton tries to push down the wing, and that'll be just a little too heavy. It's out for a goal kick. Off the foot of number 3, Alejandro Aguilar Rojas. A breezy day here in Coney Island. Temperatures in the upper 70s, so quite comfortable. Lincoln player goes down. He was looking for a call, but none came. And the ball is going to go out, so hopefully we can check on him now. Does seem to be getting up on his own. Don't think they're calling for the trainers to come out just yet, but they may sub him off. Player down is Lincoln's number 15, Dominic Callejas. Goal kick coming for the Rail Splitters. Hamilton again, and dispossessed. Defensive work there done by Lincoln's number 7, Juan Villafuerte Tor. Push forward for Cortez. He's going to get on the end of this. Can he do something with it? Doesn't quite get the controlling touch he wanted. He's calling for a corner, and he does get that call. Corner kick past the net too far, and it's already coming back the Fort Hamilton way. Lincoln has its defense back, and that touch will be too heavy, easily picked up by the keeper. Rolls it out. Dangerous rollout from that far out on the field. Goalkeeper only just getting back into position now as the ball has been pressured this entire time. Push forward, Cortez has it. Touch is too heavy to Axel Alaves. That's out for a throw-in. Big ball pushed forward there. That's going to go out for a goal kick for the Rail Splitters. Headed back by Fort Hamilton. It's back in Lincoln territory. Fuerte Tour pushes forward. Unable to get on the other end of it is Lincoln's number 21, Thomas Gonzalez Ruiz. Ball pushed forward, but nobody from Fort Hamilton able to get there in time. Picked up by the Lincoln keeper. Played out by the Lincoln keeper. Throw in to Fort Hamilton. Throws it all the way in front of net, and it's cleared all the way to midfield. And free kick going to be given there. Willifert de Tour with just a lingering late leg. There really wasn't too much in that. Honestly thought the Fort Hamilton player could have stepped over it, but then he wouldn't have this free kick. That is number 5. That's Clevi Koljeja. Far post, caught by the keeper. Out for a Lincoln throw, deep in Fort Hamilton territory. Players all kicking through feet, and absolutely getting clobbered was Junior Rosales. 2 Fort Hamilton players just both ran in from opposite directions and took him down. Fort Hamilton back on the ball now. Onside is the call, goes low, and it's in. Fort Hamilton on the board first here in the 24th minute. I don't think our replay is going to get all the way there, but nice goal from them. Another opportunity from Fort Hamilton, shot, and it's in. What a kick from their number 17. That would be Jose Saldana Lima. whistle blows. It's going to be a Fort Hamilton kick. Lincoln trying to push the ball forward. Lincoln, it seems like they keep stopping, expecting a foul call, and they're not getting any of them. They need to keep playing to the whistle. Fort Hamilton is not playing gently, but you can't just expect a whistle. You've got to keep playing. It's a drop ball for Fort Hamilton. Lincoln still trying to get a couple of connected passes going. Can't do it. Fort Hamilton back on the ball. Lincoln's keeper picks it up. Fort Hamilton plays it back. Ten minutes of play in this first half. And that one goes out. Not sure if that was supposed to be a shot or a pass on the post from number 10, Brian Carrillo, for Fort Hamilton. Waiting for the ball to get brought back in. And here we go. Goal kick coming. Shot over. Off the foot of Fort Hamilton's number 7, Dante Nolasco. Offsides called. Free kick to the Rail Splitters. Lincoln with another long ball forward, collected by Fort Hamilton. Nicely dispossessed there by number 15 on the Rail Splitters, Dominic Callejas. And I think the call there is playing on the ground on number 14, Kareem Abdelkader. Big ball through. If that had made it through the Lincoln defense, it's almost certain it would have been a goal. Whistle will blow again with a collision with Fort Hamilton's number 5. That's Clevy Goljeja. Free kick for Fort Hamilton, deep in the corner. Cleared off the back line. That's going to be an offside whistle, I think. Nope, they call it on, and it's a Lincoln ball in the corner, or a throw-in from the corner. And it's right back out for a Fort Hamilton throw. Shot from the rail splitters, not enough on it. Lincoln has got to start getting on the other end of their own goal kicks. Every one of them has been headed 20 yards back into their end by Fort Hamilton. If they would get on the end of any one of their goal kicks, they would have an offensive possession far up the field. But nobody is making a move on that ball. Cleared off the Lincoln line again. Passed back to the keeper. He'll boot it forward. And that's the first half. Score at halftime. Fort Hamilton 2, Lincoln 0. Teams will take about an 8-minute break right now. We're going to take a break as well. And we will be right back with you for the second half right after this here in Coney Island. Second half incoming here in Coney Island. Fort Hamilton will start with the ball. We're waiting for the referee's whistle. And we are underway for the second half. Fort Hamilton leads 2-0. Big throw in, cleared back out for a throw. That was a massive clearance. It's all the way past the track and into the stands. Another big throw. Lincoln defending. Out for a Fort Hamilton throw again. Fort Hamilton still on the ball. Kicked in, collected by Lincoln's keeper. Lincoln did make a goalkeeper switch at the half. Lincoln, great job just getting in there in time. Axel Alves on the ground, but he is up now. Free kick coming. Hamilton on the attack again. And that's into the side netting. Fort Hamilton keeping the Rail Splitters on their heels, and they're a near miss just wide of the post. The cross was in the air, made it a very difficult ball to handle for number 10, Brian Carrillo. Once again, goal kick received by the Fort Hamilton side. And that's going to take an unlucky bounce and end up out for a Fort Hamilton corner. Ball comes in low, rolls right in front of net, and the keeper manages to roll down on top. Punted forward, Aiden Oldfield gets on the end of it. Nice to see a Lincoln player get on the end of one of their kicks forward. Things getting a little chippy out there right now. The referee doing a lot of letting them play. The players want more whistles, but the referees are letting possession go more often than calling the fouls, which is probably what the ref is trying to explain to them right now is, yes, we see you're getting fouled, but you also still have the ball. So just play the game and wait for a whistle. All the way back to the keeper. He looks for an option, finds one. Fort Hamilton plays it back to their keeper again. Now they'll play it deep into their corner and start working it out from there. Lincoln disrupts but can't get possession. Punched away by the keeper. Nice save. Whistle blew before the kick. Good ball in, gets headed back out to the kicker. And now he'll take another shot at a cross. That one too heavy. Shot, punched up, and now brought down. And the referee calling the teams together. He wants a meeting. Mentioned it was getting a little chippy out there. I think he's going to try to settle these players down and tell them to just focus on playing the game. Stop some of the aggression. And we're back underway. I give the referee some credit for trying to get things in hand here before fists start flying. Time will tell if it worked. That'll end up safely in the hands of the keeper. Fort Hamilton throw deep in their in Lincoln territory. Cleared out to half, but Fort Hamilton gets the first touch. Headed back. Villaforte Tour can't get it forward. Seems like nobody on Lincoln can get it forward. Julio Ramirez was the last player trying to get it there. They eventually got it to a goal kick off the foot of number 14 on Fort Hamilton. That would be Kareem Abdelkader. Brought forward. Villaforte Tour can't get on the end. Sub coming for Fort Hamilton. Cleared up for Lincoln. Aiden Oldfield, if he could keep it in, he can't. But, oh, that would have been a great opportunity. way back to the keeper here. Nobody from Fort Hamilton was that far up. Punt comes past midfield. Lincoln dispossessed. Fort Hamilton dispossessed. Going back the other way. The idea there from Leonel Villafuerte Tour was to try to feed Aiden Oldfield up the left side. But the kick was too heavy, and Aiden was not making that run just yet. Nice clean slide there from the Lincoln defender, number 5. It's David Mendoza. Punched out for safety by the Lincoln defense. Fort Hamilton throw. About 20 minutes left to play. Not sure if the referees will add on an extra minute for the quick conversation they pulled all the players over for, trying to keep the game in control. Big header back. Shot taken wide. kick falls to a Lincoln foot, but Axel can't get it to anybody. We'll be out for a throw. And we're just waiting on a Lincoln substitution here. Saul Cortez coming off. And Abraham Mejia Beluga coming in. Rail splitter throw in. Falls in between three Fort Hamilton players. Axel gets possession. Shot. And it's over the bar. Fort Hamilton back on the attack. That's a heavy touch. They're able to get to it. Dispossessed. Rail splitters unable to push it far, but they do earn the throw in. Fort Hamilton making a couple of subs. They're taking off Abdelkader and Nolasco. Final 15 minutes of the game. And that's going to be a corner. Falls right in front of net, but nobody able to put a foot towards goal for Fort Hamilton. Here's another kick in. Cleared off the back line by the defense. Cleared again by the defense. Rail splitters doing a great job of just keeping a wall back there and helping their keeper out. And that's an illegal throw. Foot came up, and it was like a sideways part of the head thing. And that time, Fort Hamilton's player jumped with the throw. So it's back to a Lincoln throw. Free kick coming now for Fort Hamilton. Out for a goal kick. Nobody touched it on the way through. Ball pushed forward, but that touch was too heavy from Fort Hamilton off the foot of Brian Carrillo. Aiden Oldfield trying to get the touches forward on this one. Fort Hamilton able to keep it. Another bad throw. It'll come back to the Rail Splitters. Referee waving his arm said there was nothing there. Get up. Substitutions coming before this throw. Rail Splitters are going to take off number 5, David Mendoza, and replace him with Gabriel Jean. Great ball over the top. Well read by Lincoln's keeper and cleared back to midfield. Aiden Oldfield on the ball again. Villafuerte Tour can't hang on to it. Alves gets it back. Villafuerte Tour now. Can't make the kick forward, but does draw foul. Looks like the Rail Splitters will get a free kick here from about 30 yards out. About 6 minutes left to play, plus any stoppage time. I'm expecting this to be on goal. Bounces off the wall. Villafuerte Tour gets it in the right direction, but can't get a clean touch on it to put some power behind it. Headed out for a Fort Hamilton throw. Another free kick. Free kick being taken by Brian Carrillo. Referee marches off the 10 yards for the wall. It's up, deflected in, and it's called offsides. No goal. The referee will call for it back over here. It's a free kick to Lincoln. Just a minute left to play. That ball is still in play as it runs down towards the Lincoln end. Now, what a bad mistake, letting Fort Hamilton get it right there. Great job intercepting on the back line at the end. If not for Michael C.V. Sanchez-Portillo, this team would have a much tougher time at the end of these games. And that is going to do it here from Abraham Lincoln High School. The final score after 80 minutes, 2-0. Lincoln drops this one after two quick successive goals back in the first half. That's going to do it here from Abraham Lincoln High School. Thank you, everybody, for all of your support. Thanks for watching. Thanks to our wonderful crew. We had a huge crew today, something like 12 people all helping out. Thank you to both teams. Thank you to our athletic director. And as always, thank you to my wonderful wife for always supporting my media habits. We will see you next time.